That's what I mean.
I had
like,
one kill? Hey, what's up? So today, ladies and gentlemen, they have brought back a game mode from the grave. A game mode that was so bad that I actually made a video about it. It was my first ever real roast of a Fortnite feature, and it was actually like my first viral Fortnite video. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, that video was 100% honest. The original 50v50 game mode was bad. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, on Thursday, Fortnite actually brought back 50v50, and it has taken some huge leaps and bounds in progress. The original version of the game mode was an absolute nightmare. And again, I gotta say, Fortnite has done a lot to improve on this game mode. That being said, I still don't think it's a perfect game mode, and in this video, I wanted to just kind of sit down, break it apart, and talk about it. Now, as always, if you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe. If you're already subscribed, drop a like. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. So since I already have a reputation of not liking this game mode, I thought it would be productive to kind of just start with the things that I still don't like. So my main original reasons for not liking 50v50 was it was just very, very basic, and there wasn't a lot of effort that was put into the game mode by Epic Games. It was very boring. It involved a lot of running. There was a lack of communication. People didn't revive you, and it just wasn't a satisfying game mode. Overall, it was just not an immersive experience, and in my opinion, it was and is still the worst game mode they ever made. Which is fine, because it was the first game mode they ever made, and they've made so many improvements in every other one since then. And to be completely honest, this new update shows me just how adept Epic Games actually is. One, it shows me how much they listen to their community, and two, it just shows me how freaking smart they are. But that being said, before we get into the good stuff of 50v50, let's just get all the bad stuff out of the way. So my first issue, and this is gonna be an issue I feel like for any big team-based game mode, is lag. Yes, I say lag. I am from the East Coast of Canada. We have a different freaking dialect. Get over it. Sorry, it gets to me in the comment sections. I see it a lot. I don't really think that this is a thing that Epic Games can really fix. It's just a condition of the game mode, is that when you have 50 people all on a team and all condensed into this one little area, it's gonna get laggy. So that's not something I can really blame them for, but I mean, you saw that opening clip. It was a nightmare. Another thing that I don't still really like is the whole teammate indicator. I don't know what it is, and I trust that Epic Games made the right decision to just put a little like arrow above people, but to me it still just doesn't stand out enough. Constantly I will be running around and see someone, and I don't see the teammate name above them, and I just think it's an enemy. Now, that isn't the worst thing ever, I will admit, but again, I trust that Epic Games has probably toyed with every single option. They concluded that this is the best option, but to me, it just still throws me off. And another minor issue I have is that, still people don't really revive you, but I think in this game mode, the way they made it now is like, that's the point, is that you die and that's it. So that actually could be, I guess, a thing that's good, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But overall, those are like some minor issues I have with it. My three major issues that I've had with the game so far is, number one, it still is a fairly slow start. Now, actually today, I'm recording this video on Friday. What Epic Games did is they have increased the damage that the Storm does. The Storm does 10 damage a second now, so it basically incentivizes people to go to the circle even faster than the incentive already was there for. But my problem is just the fact is, if you're really trying to play like a quick-paced game, you're not gonna get it. My intro of the video was essentially just meant to give you like a 15, this is how 50v50 works. It's, you spawn in, you suit up, you go, you find supply drops, you go into battle, and it's just absolute chaos. The problem is, however, is that like suiting up and getting geared is like 5 minutes, and if you spend all that time just to simply go into a battle and instantly get sniped and die, it kind of sucks. Now, I guess the argument against that is, yeah, you can just be bad, but it's like, it's just so disappointing to get fully suited up, you're ready to go into battle, and you're just like the first one to die. Another bit of a point that I find is really this game mode is heavily shotgun dominated. And that's fine, because I love shotguns and they're probably my best weapon to use. But the thing is if you don't get a shotgun, it's very difficult to actually engage people and get kills. The gameplay you're seeing on screen right now is me trying to get kills with an AR, and it's just like, yeah, I can tag people, and yeah, maybe my accuracy isn't ninja level, but there's so much going on, it's very hard to start shooting someone and finish them off with something like an AR. So it kind of sucks if you don't get a shotgun. There's one thing I would say about this game mode, honestly, is just accept that this is a shotgun-based game mode and maybe increase the shotguns a little bit. It's just, if you don't have a shotgun, it's just not a good time. And then my last issue is it's just not fun by yourself because you never get revived. If you want to play a game by yourself, it's really hard, even with a fill team, because they all just want to go to like Tilted and just loot. And again, in my opinion, that's like the main core issue, is that starting point is still kind of boring. But that being said, I mean, those are all some pretty minor and honestly petty issues. Because the thing is all these things I'm talking about are just a simple condition of the game mode. You change one mechanic of the game and it's going to have a lot of different effects as to how the game plays, and not just in that one way that you changed it. But again, the whole point of 50v50, and this is where Epic Games originally founded this idea, was what they wanted, what their original vision was two giant teams to meet in one area and just have the biggest battle of the century. That was the original goal. In their original version, it didn't work like that at all. But they have done an just absolutely phenomenal job of fixing that goal. Again, you know, you can talk about issues with this game mode. It's not perfect, but I genuinely think that given what they are aiming for, they could not make this game mode any better. Again, the goal of this game mode is just to make two giant teams have an insane base battle in one remote location of the map. And for the pre-existing mechanics of the game and what that vision is, again, I don't think that they could do it any better. It doesn't mean that it's a 10 out of 10 game mode, but what I think it does mean is that Epic Games did a 10 out of 10 job at making this game mode exactly what they wanted it to be. I've still seen a lot of people complaining about this game mode and saying that they still don't like it, and I can completely understand if you don't like 50v50, but to me, it just shows how good Epic really is. If you just want to like take a quick list of all the things they've done to fix it, we can definitely do that. So the first and most obvious thing is the 2-bus system. It really makes that people spawn over here, and then they've got the one circle. Everybody has to go here. That was what they needed in the original one. The original version circle was way too slow, so you'd just be running around. You didn't know where people were gonna go. You didn't even know where your teammates were gonna go. And it was really just a game mode. All they did was just change the team loadouts, basically. They did nothing to change the actual game. It was just, let's put 50 people on one team and 50 people on the other team, and it's normal Fortnite. No, in this, they took 2 buses, they split the map in half. In 8 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever, everyone has to be in this circle. If you're not, you're going to die. And that makes for the most insane base battles and just epic fights of all time. They added much more ammo for weapons, as well as you get more materials when breaking things down. They added in a ton of supply drops, but guess what? Only in the circle to further incentivize you to go to the freaking middle. Hurry it up, Buttercup. Get in that circle and kick some ass. They added emotes like a few days before, but those make it really nice because you can actually ask like, hey, ammo, shield, this, that, great feature. And I feel like those two things were related, that they really wanted to implement that before 50v50, but I know they were related, and also great job. Furthermore, and if you haven't played the game mode, you might not recognize this, but people die out very fast and you get a lot of kills because of it. Normally you lose like 2 HP a second, and in this you lose 10. So basically you get knocked, you have 10 seconds actually exactly to live.
Quick maths.
This is really good because it's kind of like an all or nothing principle, where basically if you get knocked, there's a very good chance you're going to die, and I like that. It just felt so annoying in the original to be able to be revived and like, you know, not. So I like how they did it, where it's just like, you have a life, it might get picked up, probably not, so just play smart and play good. Overall, it is a very intense and insane game mode, and I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm not good enough to do what I would like to do in that game mode. Like if I was a Daquan or maybe a Noah J, you know, it looks so much fun to just be able to go and get like 10 kills in like a minute with a shotgun. But the average player isn't really that good. I've hit a few nice tears like the one you saw, and that feels amazing. When you're just running and there's chaos everywhere and you're just hitting people left, right, and center. It is just a lot of fun. And basically how this game mode plays is, like I said, it's boring at the start, but you know you're building up towards something that is hopefully going to be really awesome, and if you play well, it will be. So it's kind of like this boring build up for something that is really good. Again, it's not a perfect game mode. It's definitely got some flaws, but man, like, I gotta hand it to Epic. Could not have made this game mode better. They've eliminated the boring running around at the ending. They've eliminated the just completely like lack of anything going on in the middle of the game, and it's much better. Again, I've said this a few times now, but they had a goal and they hit that goal perfectly, and overall it's a freaking solid game. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be our video for today.
Oh my god, he never can just be happy with the game.
Listen, if you want absolute positivity, you can go, there's a lot of channels out there that will give you that. I'm here to bring out some very different content, tell it like it is, maybe be a little extra critical, but hey, what's wrong with that? If you don't like a little controversy, you can go watch, well, I won't name names, but you know, there's a lot of nice people out there. Thank you guys very much for watching. Again, if you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe. If you haven't yet, leave a like, and feel free to tell me what you think in the comment section. I'm sure it's gonna be a lot of, you're wrong.
Wrong.
Even though I argued both sides of the argument, but I'll still be wrong. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Talk to you later. Peace out, you freaking nice people. Yeah, nice people. See you guys.